Picture this. You can still hear the wedding bells and smell the Egyptian cotton from your honeymoon hotel.
And then everything goes wrong.
I felt like my life ended. At the beginning of any change, we are still very fragile. I felt really lonely. Be very clear like men are.
Today we'll speak to Ola. Ola is a health coach, mother of one, and an influencer who promotes the importance of body and mind working together.
She will speak about her marriage breakup, as well as being a single mother and the way she found her own voice. So let's see, how did she do that?
I am a woman, mother, physiotherapist, health coach. What other roles I've got? Oh, and I'm partners. Yeah, I'm fiancé. Oh my God!
The woman power here is very strong.
I forgot. You know, man used to be my whole life. Now he's a great part of it, but it's just part of it, right? So it doesn't define me. I used to be very shy, I wasn't confident at all. I suffered from depression for many years. I had a husband, and then something happened. After our wedding, he became really, he was different. He looked tired, stressed, sad, basically. I didn't know what's going on. He didn't want to talk to me. He was late very often. So my first thought was, okay, what's going on there? Yeah, I wanted to check his phone. And this is how I found out. One night, I waited. He fell asleep. And then I took that phone and I was just, how to say that? I felt like my life ended. He had full-blown romance with someone else. I felt like nothing that everything I believed in, it just was a lie. I lost my trust, I lost my, I didn't know what to do. I started packing my bag, and then he woke up. I said that I know everything, and he just covered his face. He started crying, saying that just please come back. I will sort everything out. We will work it out. And I truly believe that. I went to Poland. I thought that it's going to change. I remembered his words that we work it out. I came back from Poland after a few weeks, and he said that he will never trust me again. And that was such a big turning point in my life. When my son was 3 months old, to sort my life out, I decided to leave my son with my mom for 6 months. My ex-husband, he left me with some debts that I had to pay off, basically. And I heard so many criticisms from women saying, you should be there with your child, you know? If you're not gonna be with him now, you're gonna damage his mental health. No one was thinking about me, my mental health, and how now I have to, build my life from scratch. I felt really lonely. I took advantage out of that trauma, and because the pain was so big and my whole life turned upside down, I knew that if I'm not gonna look after myself and take care of that pain, it's gonna either damage me or I'm gonna build an amazing life. And I made that decision that I'm gonna create a beautiful life. I've realized that deciding what my life looks like, who I am inviting into my life. It's everything down to me. This is where I actually started talking to myself that this is your life, you're an amazing person, that even if I didn't feel that, that inner dialogue changed dramatically. Peter was 2 years old. I decided that I want to do something in my life, that I want to progress. I applied to my master's degree, and it happened, and in 1 year I became a master in sport rehabilitation. My flat was so dirty, because I had to say I'm gonna have a dirty flat. I felt guilty that I'm disappointing my mom or what people were saying, like wherever they saw Peter, you know, he had like dirty clothes or something, like why he has dirty clothes? Because I was busy doing my makeup, and it's fine. It's fine, I don't have to be perfect. There are certain mechanisms that I've got that I learned from my mother, because she always says that everything has to be washed, everything has to be cleaned, meal has to be ready, fridge has to be full. And I felt like, why? I have different priorities. Once I realized that, that was such a freedom, you know, like I felt like, oh my God, now I can do everything I want. What stops me? Because my mom gonna, you know, criticize me. That's fine, it's her right. This is how she sees the world, but it doesn't work for me. I want to focus on my career. I want to develop my passions. Every day I want to spend a few hours thinking about myself, looking after myself. I want to be a happy mother for my son. I want to have that time for him. I decide what I'm doing with my time and how I manage it. I think it's very important for women to know that it's up to us to set the new rules. If you want to be treated differently, you have to start behaving differently. Is going to have the biggest impact, because it's still that expecting, you know, that someone is going to do things for me. Through our attitude towards life, through our boundaries, through saying clearly what I like, what I don't, what kind of life I want, we can impact others. Be very clear like men are. First of all, love yourself. Focus on yourself, and if it's possible, separate from people that criticize you. I think that's very important, because at the beginning of any change, we are still very fragile. Even if you know what to do, if there are people constantly saying negative stuff to you, it's so much harder. So first thing is to find that space, find that time every day to really focus on yourself, talk to yourself calmly, with love, and fall in love with yourself. I would say this is advice for every woman in this world. Find that connection. Know that you are enough. You are strong, you are complete. You don't need anyone or anything. You've got everything what you need to create a beautiful life you are dreaming of.
Loving yourself, that's a tricky one. So what is your relationship with yourself? We love to hear your comments, we love to hear stories from you, so please put them down below.
Hit that like and subscribe button, and we see you next Friday.
See you next Friday.